Hey guys, it's Corey. Doing things a little bit different tonight, so I'm sorry in advance for any surprises. I'm not in my car, I'm actually at home. I, over the years, have been asked why I'm not afraid to hear no, why I'm not afraid to ask questions, why I'm just not afraid. I'm going to answer that today. I, and it's going to be hard, and if I get through this video without crying, I'm will be really surprised. In fact, I've shot this video twice already and deleted it because I couldn't get through it. So we're going third time's a charm, and we're going to get into it. Let's jump right into it. When I was 9 years old, my dad, myself, and my uncle were at the river in Arizona. And anybody who's been to Arizona knows that the rivers aren't very deep, 3 to 4 feet. They're very easy to cross without much effort. Across the river from us, there was a party going on. They stayed on their side, we stayed on our side, and we were having a great time. Then, next thing we know, there's a man who had crossed the river and was very, very intoxicated, very high, and my uncle's dogs thought he was a threat, so they charged him. My uncle called them back, and they started back. We thought everything was going to be okay. Then the man made a super aggressive move at the dogs, and one of the dogs bit him. My uncle called the dogs back a second time, and we thought, well, we'll call the police, we'll file the police report, we'll handle this like adults, and we'll be done with it. That, unfortunately, is not how it went. The man proceeded to pull a gun out and open fire on my uncle, my dad, and myself. And in that moment at 9 years old, my dad shoves me behind a boulder, and I put my hands up to my ears, and I'm screaming for this man to stop. And I am absolutely convinced that I'm going to open my eyes, and my dad is going to be dead, or my uncle is going to be floating in the river dead. And I just knew it was going to go really, really bad. And what seemed like eternity passed. And the man finally ran out of bullets. And my dad is screaming for my uncle to get me out of there. And so my uncle picks me up and he takes me back to the car. And I watch this man throw this gun down. And one of the last things I see before my uncle rounds a corner and I'm out of sight is this man charging at my dad. And I knew my dad was going to die. I knew it. I knew it without a doubt. My dad was going to die. My dad did not die that day. The police were called. The Apache Indian Reservation takes a really dim view to people shooting at people on their reservation. The man went to jail for a very, very long time. But in that moment, I learned what real fear was. And from that point forward, almost 30 years, there has never been anything anybody could tell me that scared me. There isn't a no in the world. There isn't a rejection in the world that can scare me as bad as being convinced that my dad was going to die that day. Fear is something that holds us back. Since I lost that fear at such a young age, I have been able to do amazing things. I have done some amazing things. I've been all over the U.S. I was the first female football player for my high school. I rode bulls, I rode bareback horses. I did amazing things. I met my husband because I wasn't afraid to approach this good-looking guy who was standing on the steps at my apartment and say hello, introduce myself. My husband never would have walked up to me. Never. And so there is nothing in your life that can stop you. A no will not kill you. A rejection will not kill you. It will not hurt you. It may sting a little, but guess what? A little stab to the pride, instead of letting it be a downer, be the motivator. And you know what? I've asked questions expecting no's 100 times and ended up those being yeses and opening amazing doors for me. You have nothing to fear. Absolutely nothing. So, I love you guys. That's a deeply personal life story I wanted to share with you. If you liked it, subscribe below, please. Please. Feel free to comment. I love hearing from you guys. Bye, y'all.